Hello, in this video I'm going to look at another found footage horror movie. This one is a British found footage horror movie from 2007 called Exhibit A. This one was directed by Don Rotherow and it's set in Leeds, West Yorkshire, and it follows the King family. Now this starts off as a police evidence tape. The first screen states Yorkshire Police, the date and time of when the incident occurred, and the address, which states Leeds. The only thing I did notice, if we've been in Leeds, it should actually state West Yorkshire Police because all the police forces are separated, but that was just one thing I noticed straight away. So it follows the family where the girls got a new camcorder. So it starts off with seeing the King family, which live in the house which is named Camelot. It's the daughter that's focused on first of all, and she seems to be infatuated with the girl next door. You see her filming her without her realising, and I was led to believe straight away that it was the girl that would be the subject of the murder inquiry straight away, that she may have been stalking her and murdered her. That was my thought straight away watching it for the first time. It seemed to be a happy family with the parents getting on like brother and sister, like fighting but playfully, and there doesn't seem to be any problems. They seem happily married and it seems like a nice happy family, and they're excited about the potential moving to the coast with his promotion that he may be getting in the next couple of weeks. And then it cuts to the house that they're looking at, and with them on messing about on the seafront, just being really happy again, like a happy family. The girl doesn't seem happy about the process of moving though, with the girl next door just moving in, and she's not had a chance to get to know her yet, and she's not really happy with the thought that they're going to have to move away from her, with her just basically not realising that she exists really, and knowing that she'll be moving away from her as well. So it seems to be going well. He comes in on the evening and sees that the camera's there and says that he's got the promotion, and is really happy, and they start celebrating. So the dad at the beginning, who was really happy and jovial all the time, he seems starting to change slightly. His daughter catches him smoking, which doesn't seem to have done for quite some time, and his behaviour is becoming more erratic by organising for a swimming pool to be put in the back garden without his wife knowing, and when his wife finds out, she goes ballistic as she's trying to sell the house, and now there's going to be work getting done, and he's not happy with her reaction as he's doing it like a Beatles about sketch, thinking that once she finds out she'll be really happy, and it's the complete opposite. She's not happy at all. He's also very evasive as well when his friend from work comes round, and whenever the promotion's just about to be mentioned, he'll try and change the subject and make sure that his wife doesn't find out. So you're starting to think as well that maybe he didn't get the promotion and he is lying to his family as well. The next point as well, it cuts to him arguing with the estate agent, saying that they never received an offer, and you see him getting quite irate, wanting to speak to the manager. And when he says that he's actually the co-owner of the business, he seems to back down. And at this point you seem to think, did he ever put the offer in? Was he just trying to stall because he's not got a promotion and he's trying to keep everything together, but he is struggling with stress and everything, and that something's going to happen. Watching it at this bit, could tell something was going to give, and again, though, at this point you're not actually sure what is going to happen. There's a really nasty, he shows his really nasty side as well when the people come round to take the digger back because it's not being paid, and his son falls in the pool by accident, and he says that they could film it again and send it to You've Been Framed. and he's just constantly making him do it to the point where he's getting really irate and angry with him that he's not doing it properly, and the son just snaps at him and just start chasing him around, and he's getting really angry and nasty with him, and then you can see his really nasty side comes out at this point. You can tell he is having money troubles and it's spiraling out of control. His daughter finds lots of discarded scratch cards in the bin that is being, so you can see he's been desperately trying to get the money together to get the deposit for the house, which they need 21,000, which his daughter's realised now that he doesn't have, and he's trying every means to get it, but he's not been able to. So they have the big barbecue that they planned for 2 weeks when the pool would be finished. He tries his best to make a pool, but it's just a massive pond, and he's trying his best to be a host, but there's definitely something wrong. His son's not talking to him, and then his colleague arrives, who was in this movie earlier, really bandaged up, and goes to swing at him, and at this point we sort of realise that it was him who attacked him. From him coming in back earlier with, he said that he found him beaten up, but you realise it was him who did it at this point, and she films him saying that she knew it was him who did it because he wanted his promotion, and we find out he didn't get the promotion, it was passed to his colleague, and that's why he beat him up, so he wouldn't be able to work, so he would get the promotion instead. It all comes to a head at that party as well, where he does the Tommy Cooper trick where he's pretending to make the crowd disappear, and he wants to watch it back on tape, but he doesn't realise that his daughter's taped everything on the tape, and when they watch it, they're seeing exactly what's been happening, and his wife finds out everything that's been going on. And at this point in the film, it's when the dad has got hold of the camera, and he's talking through the camera. He's no longer the happy joking dad he was at the beginning of the film, and he knows that the family are in the process of leaving him, and he's trying to turn it around to make him seem the victim. So he starts filming around his family's bedrooms, he finds pills in his son's room, and he goes through his daughter's room and finds the piece of clothing that she took from the line from next door, and the diaries, and he also found a scan photo of his wife, which he believes is for the son, but she doesn't keep one of the daughter. He then sets off the fire alarms to see who she would go to first, and it's the son, and she believes that she loves the son more than the daughter. So at this point they have a big argument about this scan photo, and it's revealed that it's not the son or the daughter, it was a third child who she had an abortion, and she didn't tell him because of the pressures of the two other pregnancies, when he was telling everybody and she wasn't ready. At this point she is going to leave him. You can tell he's quite distraught, and he's sleeping downstairs, and his daughter comes in to try and console him, and we're not sure what the plan is, but he's talking through the camera. Then when his daughter comes in, they're hugging first of all, and then he ends up strangling her, and she ends up on the floor. He takes a really blunt object and goes upstairs, and you can just hear two loud bangs, and he's carrying his son's body down, thinking that his wife was dead as well, but she comes down holding her head and sees the two children on the floor, distraught, and he kills the wife as well. At this point he sees the camera and he tries to hit it, and it falls on the floor, and you see the young girl, but she's still breathing because her breath fogs up the camera, and then it cuts off to when they're at the beach, because it's right at the end of the tape, when she'd left the tape on, when they were at the beach at the beginning of the film. This is a really disturbing found footage film. Brilliant, but very disturbing. I think with it being a British film as well, it has a lot of I can relate to it a lot more than watching one of the American ones, which most of them are great, but with it being like England, especially with me living in Yorkshire as well, there's a lot of similarities that go on every day that I could see in this, and it's quite hard hitting. I mean, the acting's brilliant as well, and it's such a good twist, because obviously the plot is given away in the first 5 seconds of the film, but it's just trying to figure out how it actually happened is really good. And the found footage style is really good as well. It's not exaggerated. You're not thinking, why would you have a camera at that point, or why is there a camera? It's all explained. There's reasons why. I mean, the secret filming at some points, they're not aware that they've got a camera, and it's really explained why they would have a camera at that point. Because I know in some found footage films you think, why would you have a camera at that point? You wouldn't, but it's all you could explain at every point why they would have a camera in this film. It's acted really well, and it's just leaves you a bit. I know it left me really unsettled at the end of the film, but it's brilliant. I've seen it twice now, and it's fantastic to watch. And it gets 10 out of 10 for me for this one as well. Another 10 for me for this found footage film. It's currently on Amazon Prime in the UK, and it's free to watch as well if you're a Prime member, so I'd definitely recommend this, and I would definitely watch it. Okay, so that's it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. Any other found footage films that you like, let me know. I'll see what I can do, have a look at them and get them reviewed. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in another film review. Until then, bye bye.